Morning, folks. Welcome to Monday. Today is the 17th. 52 degrees. That's a little optimistic. It's probably in the 40s. It's rainy, chilly, cold here in the Hudson Valley. My batteries are working on charging themselves up, but not quite there yet. So what are we up to today? Well, y'all don't get a flea market video because the flea market's closed for the season. I did go to a local flea market, an indoor one, kind of, and it was a disappointment. So no use going to that. This time of year is not a bad time of year because I actually get back to some of the projects I should have been working on all along. And to that end, let's get to the generators. Generator number 1, the Troy built, still hasn't gone all that far, but generator number 2 I put some time and effort into. Just quickly, I pulled the cover for this guy, that recoil start cover, off of that one. I took the air filter from that one and put it into this one. Opening this generator up, kind of interesting. It was missing the cover. The recoil start cover. I put that recoil start cover on it, and for some reason it's it kind of rubs a little bit if you tighten it down all the way. So I'm not sure if the cup, the starting cup, that thing right in the center there, is damaged. For now I just left it loose because I want to see if it's going to run, because how much time do you want to put in before you figure out that you're screwed and nothing's going to work. So anyway, I got the cover on it. I put the air filter on it. While I was floating around, I pulled the carb off it, dumped the nasty gas out of it, and gave it a quick blowout. The carburetor actually looked very nice, which is good. One of the things I've found for starting up unknown engines is you try to remove as many variables as possible. Given that the gas was kind of nasty in the carburetor, I assume the gas in the gas tank over there is probably nasty. So I wired a separate gas tank to it. One of the surplus places around here sells those for $3 each, and whenever I'm up there I buy a couple of them. I think they're 2 for $5. That's why I buy a couple, because they're just handy around. It takes one of the variables out. I know that it's a brand new tank, it's clean, and whatever gas I put into it will be clean right up into the carburetor. So I cleaned the carburetor, put an air filter on it, made sure I got clean gas. I checked the oil again just to be sure. I did spin it over. This is the oil sense wire. It goes on here to detect what the oil level is. It seems to spark brighter with that disconnected, so I'm not sure if that may have been the problem which got this whole thing into an issue or not. So I did disconnect that. Anyway, it's time to see if it goes and to see if it generates electricity. So I put gas in it, oil, everything I went through. So let's see what happens. First of all, choke. Second of all, turned on, right? Gotta make sure we're turned on. And what else do I have? I think that's it. I got a saw, a impact, and a light there to see if we actually generate any electricity. So let's see what happens. Foot, string, pull. Well, it runs. well, it runs, makes a hell of a lot of noise. It looks like for 110, I think I paid 110 for that. Looks like it was worth the money. I just have to finish putting it together. I am going to change that that starter cup out because I don't want it to screw up the starter, because the starters are like $30, $35, $40 on eBay. So I'm going to fix that. I'm going to flush out the gas tank, and I'm going to get it put back together again. So it looks like for $110 I got a decent generator. When one plays with these things, one's always taking their chance. You know, you don't know. I thought the Troy built was a steal at $80. It looks like that might not be so. And it looks like this piece of crap at $120. I thought I was paying a little too much for it. And it looks like I might have gotten a halfway decent deal. One is never sure on these things. Remember, on the Troy build, I can still tear that engine apart, get it fired up, and discover the generator head is dead too. At which time, now I'm really in Dutch, because by the time I put a piston in that thing, and now I got to get a recoil starter for the other guy and all the other crap, I can find myself in even deeper, and you know, you don't know what you got. It also is kind of the law of averages. The more of these you kind of end up with, the better the chance of ending up with a decent unit, but also the better the chance of ending up with 5 dead units, and you're kind of looking at yourself in the mirror, scratching your head, saying, "Why don't I just buy a new generator and stop screwing around?" Anyway, folks, live, love, have a great time. Remember, tires down, track down, handlebars up.